Really crazy is happening here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Trying to review some photos of Darwin Falls I just did today. And this said, Google unexpected close the connection. That can happen by using Google? No. It's just spinning there now. It is crazy. Oh, now it just came up. You're kidding me. Trying to look at Darwin Falls, Death Valley. I did the latest, and it wouldn't bring anything up. Because I'm trying to see what I saw today, if it matches the photographs of the past, you know. If somebody took like a photograph yesterday, because my photographs do not even match the other photographs at all that I can see that have been uploaded to Google. It's the same area. I can tell by the rocks, the overall picture, the theme of the portrait of this, the natural portrait there, same like fern grotto thing underneath the rock, and I'll do another video on this. Same height of a waterfall, but this thing is not the same location that these photographs. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It's part of the Mendela Effect, where we had geographic changes and got moved to different Earth already, that the images that everybody else is seeing is different than the Earth that I'm on, or my timeline reality that even you and I are brothers and sisters. I hate brothers and sisters. I mean friends, all right? So I can't make sense of this. It's blowing my mind. So I'm going to quit doing the latest, because that is not giving me results. And I don't know. It's slow here, but I'll pause it for. Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't understand. Even the photographs that the people have are not the same. And I don't understand how they could be the same. I mean, you can get here. I'm going to show you in a second here. Now, I'll pause my picture. This one here, there is no way that pulling could happen. Because the way that the runoff was and everything like that, the whole area, it's not, I mean, this tree, I'm going to show you this. This tree here, I stood under the damn tree. I mean, there's one tree in there, but this whole pooling in here, that, there's nothing, you'd have to have some kind of like a beaver would have had to dam this up. But I doubt it, because you wouldn't see a beaver. But see, you'll see here, I'm going to show you in a second, this comparison. You got this splitting of the waterfall even. And I'm telling you, this, I don't know how this would be possible to have all this pool of water in here that we got here. Because there, if I know you can't see that, but I'll try to do a better job of this. But there's, I'm pointing this arrow there, that the downside from the way out of this thing is just all like a river bed. And it doesn't even look like a riverbed here. Look at this. There was kind of this is like a brownish tan tone. It was more of a grayish black that was on the ground. Or I'm trying to remember. Well, even if it was, I'm not exactly sure. I have to look at that. But there's just no way they'd back up like this unless there was logs or something blocking it. But this doesn't look like anything blocking it, because it looks like it's been there a long time. You can see rings. Let me show you this. And I didn't, I have to go back and look. I didn't see rings like the bottom here where there's been like this thing that's most year round that has a flow. And usually, even if it's usually dry, it goes up and then it goes down. But this time of year, we have massive flooding and everything else, and rain, water runoff. There is no way that you could. It's not what I'm saying is, it's not a water storage issue that I'm seeing. That the photograph I have is it's not water in there. Like a pond. It's not, has nothing to do with that, because there's a ton of water runoff. It's the same there. So I'm going to show you even these photos. We're not the best compare and contrast. See, this is one like we got right here where she's standing. Okay, let me show you. See the split here? Same as here, right? Right? Okay, so I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. That, and sure, this one there's standing over the right because it's still in the tree. So it'd be more over here, right here. But even then, it's hard to see. There's no tree, right? But so they're more this. Okay, let me fix this. Explain what I'm talking about. This photograph here would have been taken from an angle like standing over here somewhere, right in this spot, right? But you can still see that, right? But see how I mean, is it look like there could be some pulley there, I guess. But man, I tell you, there's ground there. But see what I'm saying? The whole riverbed here, the water came down and it rolled off to the right here, but nothing. I'm trying to see, is it actually pulling there? Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe this does have pulling. This does have some pulling. Zooming in. But see, I'll show you this in a minute. This front grotto thing I took photographs of. And I even saw a Buddhist-like thing in here that I have another video of that. So I have this, the front grotto. But they don't have the horse in this weird, we don't have the horse here that my photos have. A horse and some guy's face. And it was an emerald green color. And then the waterfall does not have this color underneath it, where this looks more natural, right? I'll show you in a minute, compare mine, because you just have to remember, see, I should have them side by side, but I'm just trying to do this off the hand because it's so crazy. So I'm going to pull that back for a second. But I'm telling you, these photographs, like, see, this has nothing to match. I'm going to bring mine up so while we have that, okay? So you guys can see what I'm talking about, okay? Like, well, Kirk keeps saying that, but we can't see it. Well, here I'm going to bring them up. Let's see. Here. I'll show you what I'm talking about real fast here. Need one that's got a wide shot. Okay, here we go. There's me standing. Let's see. Let's get a wide. Let's see. Show you here in a minute. Okay, right here. Look at this. Right off the bat. See, here's the horse I'm talking about. Let's see. I'm gonna get a better one because you can see this. Well, let's get one that's from the distance. Got me in there, but I want to do one that's down me so you can take a good look at it. Okay, here. Right? Look. Damn, what's that? Oh, some on me. So you got the horse here. Like, see, and look at the color. You got this aqua green. Okay? There's no splitting. I mean, there's kind of, there's not, kind of like smooth, but not the splitting. See, there's no splitting. I mean, seriously, I'll show you some photographs of that. But you have this clear horse and then you have the front grotto, this rock over here. And then, so I'll show you. I'm going to go back to, see, look at those two off at the bat here. Let's clear this off. See this? Now, I know we're at different angles, so you're probably, well, Kirk, that's just different angles. But let me go back here. This would be closer to, I mean, this is still a little on. Let's see if I can find one that has an angle. This would be more the angle I'm at right here. Okay, I know it's blurry. But look at the two. Is that the angle? No, I'm standing more to the left. But, look at this. Look, you don't see any horse or, emerald aqua green, right? I mean, this looks more natural. This looks like my old earth. You didn't have this whole spiritual stuff covering here. And I hope I'm not insulting our God and Creator and others, but I'm just trying to show my friends here, God and Creator and Lord and angels, all this, and even you, Demirage, all this. This is crazy. This is blowing my mind. So I'm glad that you let me show this I appreciate you showing me this to the friends here watching my YouTube video channel, because they've been a part of it like a family to me anymore. And I'm just shocked. I'm blown away here because I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Okay. So this one is actually more like where I'm at. See, but even there, man, this doesn't look right. I mean, I'll show you this for a go. There's the split. And I mean, really? And it's got this pool of water again, but now it's covered again. So let's go back to my photo. God darn it. Sorry, let's see. So anyway, let me see if I have, let's focus on mine for a minute to give you different angles. Boy, I did some video there, but see, let's see. So if I had a right to left angle on this or not. And so there's the fern grotto that's underneath the rock. I'll show that rock in a minute. Boy, I know I'm gonna, maybe I should pause. Let me pause. Let me show you this. This is the up close. Oops. Yeah, here's the up close of the horse in the face and this other angle. I'm at an angle there, but there's no way that you could even. I'll go back to these. That's what I got here. Darn it. Oh, did I move? Why is it? That is the wrong. I came back here. Let me type in Death Valley. God darn it. Let me show you this. Because look, there's just no way even up close here. This is off to the left here. See, that's even rugged rock. Looks like lava. And everybody's got the same photograph. Of it's not, and there's no other else you could be, folks. Because like I said, I stood on that same tree, and this tree right here, that branch, and like I said, there's all these other markers that are close. But see, like here, even this one. Let's see. Let's get a good one here. Like even here. I know it's hard to see. You get the Fern Grotto thing that's telling you that's underneath this rock here. There's no way in there. That's where the horse is. And then there's this big pool again of water. So I'm going to show you mine while you got that memorized. Well, seeing that right there. The rock. Let me show you what I'm talking about, that rock where it's really clear. See, there's wait, darn it. I need a faraway shot. Where you can see that rock. Here, this. Well, that's me even standing there. And here's that rock. It has the Fern Grotto here, right? I got the horse behind me. And, see? And there's this notch, too, that I recognize here. I'll see if I can find the photo of that notch. But see, there's no pool of water. And see, I told you that this runs off. And, yeah, I mean, even if you have higher water flow, because everything is, I mean, it is wet. This rain was in there. There's no holding back on this water. I mean, how you got this pooling that these other folks have? You kidding me? And so, I mean, I'm trying to, I don't know if I have a video I can scan that. I'll do a better video of this to show you this if it becomes very important. I'm just, yeah, I mean, really, what is going on here? I mean, really? I mean, seriously. So I'm thinking offhand that there are like multiple close replicas of Earth. They've seen Mendela Effect, a lot of geographical changes, but this is even more so than I thought. I didn't realize it can be so local. Now, we have talked about local Mandela effects, but not like in nature like this. There's that notch I was telling you about. Yeah, see, and you got this horse, you got the thing. There's people had that Fern Grotto thing photo there. There's a notch at this thing up here. There's, like I said, there's the horse, and there's the face, and here's the waterfall and stuff like that. So memorize that. Let's pull that back for a second. Clear that off. And see, but even look at that split rock. The rock splits the water in half. What? But, like I said, it is the same because, let's see. I'll find the one that split real quick. Bring it back. Sorry I keep going with this, but I want to make sure I cross all. And there it is. See, look. Across, let's see. There's the dang rock. Here's the rock. Pull that back. Okay, let me just clear. There you go. So here's the rock. Same formation as mine. Here's the rock. The waterfall. I know a slightly different angle. Remember this. I'm coming in at, well, it's close. But see how the angles are a little bit more to the left on this one. There's the arrow. Darn it. And this one's a little bit further back. And probably, no, I'd say, no, they're pretty close angle. Because look at the rock angle. See, look at this. Here's this rock angle here. Pretty close, right? It's hard to see because it's small, but pretty close angles, right? And the markings on the rock are a little bit different. So you got these are a little bit more shine, and it could be lighting too, though, but look at that. They're close. The rocks are close. This one has a little bit different gouge. See, it's got a gouge in it, and mine's hard to see. It might be count, but the gouge is not, let's see, it's not, I'll have to zoom and get them match someday. Close, but not perfect, right? You got the same rock here as here, that head. Okay, hold on a second. Gotta fix my backline here, right, for myself, as I can see. Okay, but close, right? But okay, so you got that and that, right? But still, like I said, the shocking part, the close matches, really close. I used to have to compare and contrast a lot of things quickly and stuff, but and see, every rock's the same. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, like that, right? Matching. But then when you come down here, there's no split. Because, folks, when I was standing in front of it, I saw this photo, there's no splitting the rock, number one. Number two, it is clear. Look at that. You get the horse. You get the horse. The horse is the big one in the spiritual, the spiritual of this. Okay? That is the big one. Because you can clearly see, I can't keep going on, but it just blows my mind. Clearly see there is no horsey in a guy's face. So let's take a zoom in. See that? Of course, yes, I know you guys tired of me repeating it, but this, right, proof is right in front of your eyes. There's the horse in the face. You know what I mean? And the other one, I see, horse in the face. Okay, well, it's different. Rotate me. This one. Here. Look. That's what we're working on. I can't pull it in for some reason. I know it's blurry, but no way. The rock texture is even different. You know, you couldn't even make a horse in a thing. And, well, what is this branch? But the branch could be moved to a different time and era or whatever, right? Or season. But look at that. Oh, and there's even a gouge out. See, look at this. I think, like, okay, there. Yeah, see here? Part of it's missing right here for the horse. And this one, let's see. Look at that. It's filled in. See that? It's filled in. It's not taken out. So, anyway, wow. Well, okay. That's all right, because we know there's local Mendela effects. We also know that we probably, geography changes all the time, and we could have actually moved even Earth. So, close replicas, but not exact. Okay. Well, there's a proof right there in front of your eyes that you can have a local Mandela effect, and geographical even. And I'm still blown away. Well, I do want to thank I want to thank our creator and everybody else from the high command, or I said the command all around, for exposing this truth of being awake to these changes, because it's just mind-boggling. And it's beyond human comprehension. Sorry to go on around about it, but I'll stop this now because it's so darn long. I apologize, but it's really, I hope that's a good piece of tranquility to understand that right in front of our eyes, these things are changing. And that's why I say that reality is way deeper than we understand. How long it's been this way, I don't know, because we are getting close to a change and, and reset and things like that, as far as I know. But I don't know exactly for sure, folks, because we just don't know, right? And maybe we've already been resetted, that we're slowly being introduced to prevent shock to us of this is already the formation of the new reality in Earth that we'll be exposed to, right? Because maybe these are things, because I even thought it'd be kind of cool to, you, me, and other friends to explore this spiritual stuff a little more, to see these cool things and have the time and opportunity. So maybe it's already forming. We have rainbow valleys and stuff like that. So maybe this new reality is already forming in. But, and I know that somebody said, well, you want to get away from this whole fleshly, materialistic earth thing. But maybe this is part of our temporary spot for a little bit longer, but just in a better, peaceful place. That we saw the native aspects of the material world, and we'll see some of the positive, because it's not the material things of these waterfalls and cool beauty of this world that's an issue. It's, I hate to be honest, it's the people that are on this planet that are causing the most issues for this planet, not even for themselves, but the whole trashing of the planet and not treating the animals well that we should have in wild nature and things like this, right? So maybe that's, I don't know, right? So, because I'd have no issue living on this earth with you, several of you that have been a part of this journey with me, and you know, but I think that true reality is deeper than what we see in the material, and but you know, I don't know, because I'm thinking, it's just, okay, let's just stop it for here, because I have other thoughts about that, if you're a ball of energy and light, and on this, completely just, if in that concept, there were light beings and stuff, then, what does that mean far as, because there is some value to some of this material stuff, we don't know, and maybe maybe your senses are beyond what we are. We have limited senses here, like I talk in the videos. I'm having some of this, folks, that there is some niceness about being in the flesh, to be able to give somebody a hug, or have the wind blow in your face, or experiencing some of the walking through snow, right? And that crunch in your feet, and ice skating, or just, sitting out and enjoying the warmth of the sun. Because if you're always by the sun, then you wouldn't have that degree of feeling that in, laying on a beach or swimming, right? So those senses that we have, material senses of being in flesh, because you have to match that material world, the earth, with our fleshly bodies, right? Even though we know that's just, but it's kind of like I said, it's our interface to this world, right? Can you interface in other ways to that? I don't know. See, we don't know. Could you interface and experience these things being I don't want to say light worker, because I hate that thing, the New Age stuff, but a light being, right? I don't know. So anyway, so decided to stop that. So there are some cool things about being here in flesh, you admit. Riding a roller coaster, having even is cool. The excitement, the thrill, being, I'm sure you did things, skiing on the water, skiing down a mountain. All these things are cool, right? And like being just floating around, be too easy, right? Kind of be. So there's sometimes limitations provide joy, and So anyway, I'll stop it at that. You get the idea, right? Because I would love to fly like a bird, that'd be kind of cool, right? And but and maybe someday we do get to do those kind of things, fly like a bird, or this and that. I've talked about in other videos that this fleshly body's, your conscience could be whatever, and maybe our God and Creator lets us experience what it's like to be an eagle, or some other thing, a dolphin, or what you like, or, because your conscience could transfer into that thing. Because we've seen Mendela effects of even the human body change, right? Everything's malleable, I told you. So all these things it's like an avatar on a screen, just picking, changes your conscience or your spirituality from this to this, right? So, especially in a simulation, it'd be instantaneous characters, right? Like, you've seen them when you're in these video places choosing a different one. So that being the control of the other sub-gods, or, Lord and angels and all that, probably, and our Creator, and, and our ultimate true God, whether that happens or not. So anyway, sought to run by that, I'm tired. But right there, I don't want to pull any more pictures. That right there is a picture with a million words. I mean, it's not even the season that would make a difference. What's interesting is I noticed this too, is that, before I go, that dead clump of stuff there matches that green there on the top side. So it is kind of like the same rock to some extent. I'm going to go back there, but there's no way you got the extra coating of the way that bottom piece is there, that being, that's not even a match. So we don't need to go on about that. But it does have like a little rock there. I mean, seriously, where you can see it. But that one, boom, like there, kind of there. And even if now here's the thing, is I will say this. You can slow down that trickle of water. It doesn't look like they're much different. And maybe it causes a V action versus a spray bouncing off like here. See how it's bouncing so hard, but doesn't even look like a water flow, but it's a possibility. I mean, I'm not the expert at this. I don't know if anybody is, but even then I'm like, no, that's too different. Close. Well, they said this one's kind of a mirror reflection of the old Earth of the Sagittarius, Orion, all that stuff. Anyway, all right, love you all, and well, there you go. This stuff, every time I think I'm about seeing everything I can, sorry to keep going on, something new comes along exposed to me. I've seen local, and I've actually seen this before, by the way. I've seen this, had trees that were there that weren't there in Erie, Colorado. Had one that had been struck by lightning, and now that trees can't even find it, and it wasn't cut down or taken down, nothing like that, folks. This is somewhere where you wouldn't even mess with the tree, and it's not around anymore. And that's why what blows my mind is, the true story, I'll be fast in this one, that I went to the San Diego Zoo about a year ago, and I'd been there before at the zoo, and let's see, it's around 2000, I don't know, 14 or 13, somewhere in there, maybe. I can't remember. Maybe more like 2012. I can't remember, but it was before 2015. My point is this. It had been over, 7 years, 8 years, whatever, right? And had a story. And I was with my children and a former wife, and had a koala bear there. It was hanging in this tree, and he was moving around. And the lady that working, she goes, "Oh, that's so rare that he's moving around during the daytime." She goes, "Boy, I've worked here for she'd worked there like 15 years. She goes, I've never seen him do that." And he was just all active, not really fast, but they walk really slow, hanging around and looking at everybody. And I was like, God, he had a certain tree. So, and some there. So then last year, I saw the same tree that he wasn't, there was a rare moment. That's why the reason I remember the tree in the first one, because I have photographic memory. And, and you probably do too. I'm not trying to be smart about it. I do. I notice detail, and I remember exactly how that he was hanging on that certain branch, and the way the tree looked, because I was so amazed by it, especially if something crazy, unusual. You don't take snapshots in your head and just pound it in, and that becomes a strong memory, because it's so wild. I'd never seen a koala bear, much before even that, but to have him looking around and just so cute, I was like, wow. I took pictures in my head. So I know every branch on that thing. I'm not kidding. I memorized every branch just because we sat there for about 10 or 15 minutes, even the kids. So, I had a long time to absorb it, put it deep into the memory. So what I'm getting at is about a year ago, so I was in San Diego Zoo, same tree, and guess what? It was exactly the same tree. Same branch, and just didn't have a koala bear sitting in it. Because that's one of the reasons I looked at it, because I thought I want to say, am I on a different Earth, and would that tree even be there, right? It was there, because I had a tree near Colorado that I told you that had a lightning strike to it near a baseball field. You had to hike up past these baseball fields up into this little hill area where there was an old railroad track and a bunch of trees in there, and kind of wilderness area. And there was a tree that had been struck by lightning, and it actually had a spiritual apparition in it of the burnt marks where it had been struck by lightning. It had this really crazy black face in it, right? That's when I first started the spiritual stuff. I said, oh my God, that thing's scary, right? And so I came out of that wilderness area on the hill thinking, God, man, that tree had been struck by lightning. So it's in the area it wouldn't have fallen down. I mean, if it fell down, I would have seen it anyway. But there was no tree that had been struck by lightning when I went back. Because that was around 2015, I believe, when I first saw this striking like this tree, and I went back around, like I said, around 2018, maybe 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, maybe 3 years, I don't know, and it was just completely wasn't even there. Because that's one of the reasons I went there. I said, everybody started talking this Mendela Effect, and I said, God, is that tree there? And it wasn't. It was gone. Couldn't find it anywhere. So anyway, all right. Well, I'll wrap that up. Thank you for watching this, and love you all. Take care.